Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so at the moment, the forensic team is in there. There is currently the execution of the seizure warrant. There is currently the execution of the search and seizure warrant here live at the residence of Mr. Samuel Jackson. Now, before getting here, Mr. Jackson, one of the issues raised by Mr. Samuel Jackson was that the Liberia National Police does not have a search warrant, a warrant from the court to assess the scene when his wife was discovered unconscious, and he was being invited today following two hours plus with police, with the forensic team at the Liberia National Police. Mr. Jackson is being escorted now with
So we see Mr. Jackson, legal representative, going in and out, in and out, right here. Like I said, we're hoping that he can talk to us. After the police, after the forensic team, partial investigation, right here.
All right, so we want you to please give us update on the audio quality. We will try to make some adjustments here. All right, so folks, we want to make sure. Okay, so all now the audio seems to be very good. Audio seems to be very good, and of course, this is where we are, Spoon TV. We are coming to you live from the residence of Mr. Samuel Jackson, and we have. Okay. So, all right, so we are currently at the home of Mr. Samuel Jackson, and what you have going on now is the execution of the search and seizure warrant. Um, Initially, there was a situation where Mr. Jackson resisted police request to access the room where his wife was found unconscious. But following several hours with the forensic team at the Liberia National Police, there's an execution of the search and seizure warrant here live at Mr. Sam Jackson's residence. As you see at the far end there, you have his legal representative, Mr. Jackson's legal representative, in there as well. You have his nephew, and you have the rest of the other folks in there. The forensic team is also in there as well as they execute the search and seizure warrant here live at Mr. Jackson's residence. And we're also getting information. We're also hearing that Mr. Jackson, following the search and seizure warrant here today, following this execution, an autopsy is going to be conducted on the remains of Mr. Jackson's wife tomorrow. The Ministry of Justice has given the go-ahead for the conduct of the autopsy. The autopsy will basically establish as to what led to the death of Mrs. Tonian Jackson, what led to her death, what caused the death.
these kinds of activities or the autopsies are very key to these kinds of investigations because it further answers so many questions with respect to what happened, what transpired, and further informs the forensic team as to what the outcome of the investigation will be. So we're looking forward now to seeing what happens. The media is not allowed in there, but the team, finally, the forensic team now has access to the residence of Mr. Samuel Jackson. They have now moved in and they are currently conducting the execution of they carry on the execution of the search and seizure warrant. This is Spoon TV, and we are still here live as at the residence of Mr. Jackson. Um, let's see if we can get this coming through. All right. So uh, initially, we had received information about the team headed to South Beach, but we had to come this in since once we got official information that the team was actually headed towards Mr. Jackson's residence. So we will look forward to see what happens in the next couple of minutes from now. But Mr. Jackson is in there with the team as well. Yesterday, when we spoke with Samuel Jackson, his issue was that there needed to be a warrant, and without a warrant, the police could not access his home. And today, he has given access to his home. We're yet to establish as to whether his cook and his driver are here as well, because yesterday the cook and the driver was also taken in for questioning to aid with the investigation, and so we are yet to establish as to whether the cook and the driver have been released as well. But contrary to what a lot of people thought, that since in fact Mr. Jackson was on his way home, that marked the end of the investigation, or maybe that he was walking out 100% free or totally free. The information we've gathered so far is proving is pointing contrary to that thought. What is the fact now is that Mr. Jackson is here at his residence for the several hours of the investigation based on the execution that the police will have to carry on. So following the search and seizure warrant, following the execution, and the pieces of information, the pieces of evidence that will be gathered from there, that will then determine the next phase of the investigation, what's going to happen next. All of these will be determined by the outcome of this particular process that is going on now. This will determine as to whether the police will say, okay, yes, we've gathered sufficient information linking Mr. Jackson or whoever to homicide, or as to whether there was absolutely no foul play in this process. Another key thing to take into consideration here is that the mall where the remains of Mrs. Jackson was deposited has been visited as well. Representatives from the South African embassy visited, along with the Liberia National Police, the forensic team from the Liberia National Police, and also you had a family representative, two family representatives from Mr. Samuel Jackson. They visited the morgue. The forensic team did their own assessment of the corpse, and they gathered some pieces of information as well that are going to inform this particular investigation. Indications, or from all indications right now, this investigation seems to be just at the very beginning, because following this process, next thing we're going to see tomorrow is that the police, the Ministry of Justice has given go ahead for an autopsy to be conducted. That autopsy plus the search and seizure warrant that is being executed now, plus the pieces of information gathered from the morgue, these are all things that will aid the investigation, coupled with the fact that some of the eyewitnesses or folks who were at the residence of Mr. Jackson, talking about the cook and the driver, have also been caught in they've been providing pieces of information as well with respect to the circumstances surrounding the death of Mrs. Jackson. So all of these different engagements, activities, and so forth would definitely informed the forensic team as to how to come up what their final decision would be as to whether Mr. Jackson will be charged and forwarded to court for homicide or as to whether he's going to walk out a free man. This is just one of the many processes that are leading to that particular stage. So, but while this is going on, the autopsy is up next. Today, search and seizure warrant is being executed. Tomorrow is the conduct of the autopsy. And we're definitely going to bring you more information, more details around the conduct of the autopsy as well. And of course, when exactly and everything. That's very important information that we're going to provide for you there every step of the way. So yes, this is where we are. We're looking forward to seeing what happened. Mr. Jackson, upon his return from the investigation and the engagement in there with the forensic team, he declined speaking with the media. Most of you are aware that Mr. Jackson yesterday was very open to the media. In fact, we had two separate interviews, media engagements with Mr. Jackson. At first, he narrated the activities leading to the collapse or the unconscious discovery of his wife in the room. He said he had planned to go for shopping and so forth and so on, and he narrated the entire situation. The next engagement we had with him was when he disclosed that there was some examination done on the remains of his wife, that the forensic team visited the morgue where the remains of his wife is, and they, examined the remains of his wife without his consent. Those were all concerns he raised in these different interviews we conducted with him. But today is another day, and of course, progress is what we're seeing here as we keep following and keep providing you update on this particular situation. Mr. Jackson is in there. We cannot say exactly as to what the situation is in there, but what we can tell you is that upon the conclusion of the activities in there, we're definitely going to get words from some of the folks there to know exactly where we stand on this matter. Thanks for watching Spoon TV. My name is Nelson Collier, and of course, we are here live at Mr. Jackson's residence. And the authority is now in charge. The room is being searched. There was a point when it was being disclosed that Mr. Jackson had some of the workers, the cook and the driver, the two individuals who were being invited by the police, they were being asked to wipe the blood on the floor. And that again has turned out to be one of the many testimonies in this particular investigation that has caught the attention of a lot of people. There are some who hold the view that once the Mrs. Jackson was discovered unconscious in the room, especially so in the pool of blood, the police should have been contacted immediately, and the police should have been contacted immediately, which did not happen. And so that has been a concern. Some of the folks have been concerned as to why did Mr. Samuel Jackson, why did he not contact, why is it that he didn't contact the police immediately upon the discovery of his wife lying unconscious, especially so in the pool of blood. There are concerns as to why those individuals, the domestic workers, wiped, the blood that has splashed on the floor as well, and all of those different concerns are coming up now at the moment. But Mr. Jackson is is relatively calm. When we engaged with him just moments ago, upon his return from the investigation with the forensic team while they were making their way here, Mr. Jackson did speak with us briefly, though he said he was not granting any official interview with the media, but he did say that um, he's okay, everything is fine. But he kept saying repeatedly that he is not making any statement. And if the media wants to gather any information from him regarding this situation, they should rather contact his legal representative. And so this is a situation, and then we're looking forward to seeing what happens after the execution of the search and seizure warrant, after whether Mr. Jackson is going to just grant another interview, or he's going to hand everything back to his lawyer, as he stated earlier. But Uncle Sam, or Sam Jackson, appears to be still calm, though not tense as he was yesterday, but he appears to be a bit more sober as we engaged him leaving the headquarters of the Liberia National Police. So this is where we are, Spoon TV. And the information also we'd like to provide here is that Mr. Samuel Jackson did not go to jail. He is here at his residence. Contrary to the previous information that Mr. Samuel Jackson was taken to the Monrovia Central Prison or at South Beach, Mr. Samuel Jackson is right now at his residence, and he's in there with the police. As you see, he's right in there with the police. He's helping the police, the forensic team, as they go on with this investigation. This is the vehicle that brought Mr. Jackson in. And of course, since they got here, he's been in there. At the back there, let's move a little bit. Let's move a little bit to, let's move in a little bit. So just to give you a feel of what's happening out here. So as you see out there, there are still police officers there, well armed, posted there, and this corridor is still open as well. There was a police pickup parked there, but I think they had to make some adjustment. They made some adjustments because of the truck that you see right in that position. So this is the situation, and we're posted here to ensure that we can bring you all of the updates every step of the way. Mr. Jackson could just walk out of this a free man, or there could just be some charges pressed against him, and which would then lead to the Liberia National Police forwarding Mr. Sam Jackson to court. So this is where we are, and Spoon TV, we want to say thanks for joining us. I see the former chairman of the CDC, Mr. Morba Molu, is making his way alongside former Representative Moses Akaras Gray. They're making their way here as well. Yesterday, they were here for several hours, and they're coming back. Honorable Gray, how are you, sir?
Okay, good man.
Okay. So you're back to express sympathy to.
Yeah, as usual now. You know, a friend is always a friend, no matter what it's.
But why have you gathered so far? As far as this.
I will talk to you. Let me just say hi to them.
Okay,
Today I
thank
will
you.
talk to you all.
Okay.
So folks.
All right. So Honorable Gray have said he's going to talk to us. Yesterday he declined speaking with the media. His point was that he was not in the position to talk to the media on grounds that there has been the situation was still so fresh, so he didn't want to grant any media interview. Well, Honorable Gray have said today that he is going to speak shortly with the media. He was here yesterday for several hours, and Honorable Gray has come back this afternoon. And we look forward to seeing what's going to happen here. but we are still posted, and we want to say thanks to all of you for joining us on this very important live broadcast. Thanks for joining us on this very important live broadcast at the home of Mr. Samuel Jackson, and a renowned Liberian economist, a political analyst, is an activist, and of course, Mr. Samuel Jackson is at the center of the news today for this situation. So yes, this is where we are. Now, a lot of people from yesterday and so on have been very concerned about uh, the manner in which the case is being taken. Some of the folks who came here yesterday were concerned about the investigation taking shape, especially at the time when the wound, I'm talking about the wound that relative to the loss of a wife, is still so fresh. And so a lot of people were concerned as to why the investigation is taking off immediately following the passing of Mr. Jackson's wife. But speaking with the spokesperson of the Liberia National Police last evening, Mr. Sam Collins, the DCP, Deputy Commissioner of Police, he said such time is just the right time to conduct such an investigation. Since the wound is still fresh and all of that, it is prudent that the police make use of all of the information available, or the pieces of information available, to ensure that there is a very precise um, 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 investigation carried out, getting all of the parties to speak so as to ensure that nothing is contaminated, even the crime scene is not tampered with, that they get all of the information. He said that such a time is just the best time to get the pieces of information they need for this investigation. So this is where we are. And again, I want to say thanks for joining us. Spoon TV, we are still here making sure we can bring you this live broadcast. Where's the cable? Let's plug it from where it's going off. Hmm? No, there's a cable there. Let's plug it. All right, so we are still here at the residence of Mr. Jackson. Where's the other one I was plugged in? Did you remove it? How many percent? This is the cable. This iPhone cable. Yeah.
Told you officers of the Liberia National Police specifically, the emergency response unit are still being deployed here.
Okay, so this is where we are. All right, so we want to announce that Spoon Talk will be on tonight. Most of you must have seen the announcement about the cancellation of Spoon Talk for 2 days. But I've just been informed that there will be a show tonight. Spoon Talk will be on, and you can join us tonight for a great edition of Spoon Talk. And you can definitely join us, follow up, and make your input on this very important case. So we're still here looking to see what happens. The execution of the search and seizure warrant has taken a little bit of time. which is very important too, because this is exactly what the police wanted to do. This is exactly what the police wanted, so as to ensure that they carry on a very comprehensive process. Now, access is being granted. Mr. Samuel Jackson is in there with the police, and the search and seizure warrant is being executed. Tomorrow is going to be another day, and Liberians are going to witness the conduct of the autopsy. The autopsy will be conducted tomorrow, and of course, Mr. Samuel Jackson seemed to now be cooperating with law enforcement officers, the forensic team, the investigators in there, and of course, this is where we are. Thanks for joining us, Spoon TV. I want to appreciate all of you joining us this afternoon on this very important live broadcast. Mr. Samuel Jackson is steward of the CMC, the Citizens Movement for Change. And Mr. Samuel Jackson is facing police investigation. The forensic team is in there, and this could just be a defining moment for this entire process. Once the investigation is done at that level, the forensic team get to do their own investigation around the site, that very scene where the incident occurred. Once they get to access the scene and do all of the rudiments, it's going to help the investigation, because it's a key. And that is why, in fact, the team wanted to have this access yesterday. They were prevented on grounds that they didn't have a search and seizure warrant. But now we're looking forward to seeing what happens. Uncle Sam came out not smiling, but not angry as well. He was kind, and he said to members of the media, "Have you gotten the excitement you wanted?" This right here is unfolding at a time when Mr. Jackson is mourning the loss of his wife. This is Spoon TV. Thank you for joining us. And we're looking forward to seeing what happens. We're looking forward to seeing what happens as all is being done. Efforts are being made to get all of the facts surrounding the death of Mrs. Tony Jackson. Tony Jackson was the wife of renowned Liberian political commentator, and this right here we're witnessing is law enforcement, and every step of the way this case is being followed. We understand that the South African embassy has developed keen interest in this case as well, and they are watching closely, since in fact the deceased is a citizen of that country. Mr. Jackson has been in the court of public opinion as well, aside from the investigative process going on. There has been divided opinions out there relative to the unfolding. There's some who think that Mr. Jackson is innocent and should not be going through this, while others stand on the side of the law that whether innocent or not, there should be investigations, especially so when there are suspicions of some foul play. So this is where we are with this. And for the second time, we've seen the presence of the former District 8 Representative Gray and former chairman of the CDC, Mobile Molu. For the second time in a row, we've seen them come here to engage with Mr. Jackson, to sympathize with him. And so this is where we. Hey.
Everyone know that we're in empathy. That's why we are here. I do personally know Singh, and I also know his wife personally. We have some series of hangouts together, and good ties, good relationship. So he's like a family person, and I've been knowing Sam even before I became a national politician in this country.
Well, no, great. The team of forensic investigators are in there. You have access to the building, and there are concerns being raised. What are you doing here for the fact that this investigation does not concern you?
When you say investigation, I didn't come here because of investigation. I came here as a friend and a family member to consistently sympathize, like you see everybody sitting in the yard. If for any reason the investigators don't want people in the yard, nobody will force themselves in the yard. You know that. But not break through the barriers. You media people right in the very yard, or they're off standing in the same yard. So I don't see anything wrong with that.
What have you observed before my colleagues can come in? What have you observed because you entered there?
No, actually, I didn't have interaction with them. I didn't even see them. Probably maybe they in the room area was there, but I didn't have interaction with.
Honorable Gray, what's your take? What's your take on everything that's happening here? The loss of Mr. Jackson's wife, police investigation, all happening at the same time.
First, it's sad that human life is something that we all have to consider very serious, and especially knowing the individual in question. I mean, it was untimely to me because we didn't expect it the way it happened. But I'm a very blunt guy. I just think that people doing too much, especially on the social media, and I would not hold back. Sam is a national political actor, whether you like it or not, and some of the very people who have been vehemently opposing him, on social media, on radio stations, are some of the very people who are running with all sorts of different narratives. I think that especially those people who some are officials of government and some are renowned members of the Unity Party. Some of you have seen some of those. Some of you people have seen some of those things, and they should give the police a chance because this is their government, okay? Especially when you begin to make allegations as a government official, a current government official, and senior members of the ruling party making accusations of faces of the Unity Party, prominent faces of the Unity Party.
Some of those prominent faces.
I saw civic guys, basically. One of the civic guys. You saw a post. Okay, Rick's, right? Rick's basically. Yeah, I missed that news off. So you saw Rick's post. It's an open. So you saw Vanny pass away, for example. It's an open big supporter of the Unity Party, and other people. You saw Rufus Berry, for example. It's an ardent open supporter. I know Rufus Berry since 2012. Okay, it's an ardent open face supporter of the Unity Party. So when you begin, I'm saying besides being a friend, he's an ardent open supporter of the Unity Party. I didn't even know you were a friend of Mr. Jackson when I got to know him in 2012. So I'm just saying to you that that's their government. No need to politicize this the way they are carrying it. That's why I'm saying it's not good for the image of the country, the government. People are carrying different narratives. Liberians are in South Africa, for example. Why at the mortuary the photo was released? You journalists, you need to raise the issue. Why the photo is released at the mortuary? It's like a nude picture. Not only is it nude, the dignity of the dead is very important. The police needs to investigate it, whether it's the JFK that leaked it, or whether when the police went in, whether they leaked it, or whether it was at the funeral home. There's a need for investigation. All of those things could even jeopardize the true independence of the investigation.
When you said the investigation is not timely, do
No,
you
I didn't say investigation is not timely. I said the death, I mean,
it's
is so
mooning.
untimely. Yeah, for me, in my mind. Yeah, that's what I said.
At what point do you think the investigation should have actually kicked
I
off?
didn't say the investigation. I said her death. I didn't say it untimely.
Or death,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
not the
I
investigation.
didn't say the
So it means that
investigation.
you think the investigation is timely.
No, to be frank with you, I don't want to use the word timely, but I've been one of those who I came here in fact purposely advised Sam to comply with the police. Especially yesterday, though they didn't have a search warrant, so they couldn't just enter in his premises. It's the law of the country to enter in. But I told him to comply. It's very important for his name, for his image, for his integrity.
You told him to comply
Yeah,
with the police
he has.
investigation?
Yes, that's why Sam is complying. Most of our advice and even lawyers.
Shocked
No,
by
let me
that.
let me tell you this.
Asking someone to comply.
No, let me say this so you don't even know. I'm one of those who have been invited by the police. I've been there before. Okay, even under the CDC time. Even when the court invite me, I go there. Sometimes I go to the court for some other issues that I don't talk about. Okay, sometimes they invite us, they invite me, I go there. But I will say this to you, and the reason why I want you to comply, I'm optimistic. Okay, all that thing I see people trying to relate photos, whether they're old photos, to current situation, and all of those things. I think it's just too much. To be frank with you, it's just too much. And it's saddening. Some of those people who talking about violence against women and whatsoever, they need to check themselves. Seriously, some of them really need to check themselves.
Who are some of the people you're referring to?
Some of them need to check themselves. I don't have to call names here, my man. But some of them need to check themselves. Okay? But what is important is that it's good that Sam is complying. The lawyers are here. Okay, that's what we are here in, because when we saw him leaving the police station, we thought that they had just released him, but we came to realize that they want to do some session whatsoever. And he will definitely comply. There's nothing to hide. Look, Sam would not hide anything. I know Sam. I said I've been knowing Sam even before politics. He would not hide anything. What a form, any conversation he would give all out.
You're speaking
Okay.
like a father to him.
Eh?
You're speaking like a
Sam
father to him.
Sam is like a father and a big brother to many of us. Okay? Yeah, 73-year-old man. We've been around for a very long time, Okay? So I think the way people running with things on Facebook and it's not good for the end of the ruling party.
And the final message.
Mr. Jackson has been somebody who has been very vocal when it comes to policy of this current administration. Do you think this will be another opportunity?
Look, you see me, I don't have my feelings. And I don't want to talk too much. That's why yesterday I didn't want to talk. But Sam is a political figure and the issue is being addressed politically by the Unity Party as per their post. There's nothing hidden about it. How come a basic guy will come to a conclusion that somebody killed someone? How can the faces of Unity Party come to the conclusion that somebody wanted to have sex or so area with the woman?
Someone may say they're not speaking in official capacities as stars of Unity Party, but rather individuals.
Are these not the same people that have been fighting Sam Jackson on Facebook? Are these not the same people that have been fighting him on radio station? Are these not the same people that want him to be arrested when somebody say you'll be in a jumpsuit? An official of the government saying that you'll be in a jumpsuit, be embarrassed tomorrow morning. These are the things we're talking about. And then people say it's not political, people shouldn't politicize it, but they are politicizing it. It's political, it has a political undertone. You can see it clearly from their actions, from their reactions, and they control the government so they can influence decisions. Especially they could influence decisions. I don't want to use the word witch hunt, but it could influence decisions, and it could be beyond witch hunt, who knows?
Anything finally, Honorable Greg?
Finally, I just want to tell you people in the media, I'm very, very concerned about the role the media will play and handle in this situation. I must commend most of you who've been coming in, okay, following the case religiously. It's very important that we narrate the story and say the truth. See, for example, somebody went and put a photo up with her head, with something like a surgery on the sky. They don't even know that a surgery was being performed. They don't even know there was a brain surgery that was performed. And they created kind of a scene as if to say someone collected someone's head and knocked it on the wall and just bust it. Okay? So there are all the news, some of the major news, some of the upcoming news that publishing these kind of things. So they should check the facts first.
Some of them?
They know I don't have to name, but they have to check the facts. We on Facebook. I see Facebook. Myself, I get my own page too. Yeah, so no, let's be realistic. I'm just saying that we shouldn't sensationalize things. You should check the facts. Because yesterday, let me tell you, when that photo came out last night, a lot of people, all this, you know, like, oh, he gave his word, oh, he did that because of that picture.
Who
Okay,
walks
like
all those-
when I talk to some people, they say, oh, really? This is the performance surgery? They didn't even know. So you, the media people, should be saying it. Okay, it's very important. It's very important for the country, and if we should handle these things because you don't know what may be the reaction of South Africans in their home against Liberia repression. I saw some of my friends from South Africa raising these concerns the way things are being carried out. But okay, there's the image of the country also, but it's very important. Not because you against Sam Jackson. And I will tell you this: the situation of Muhammad Ali. Okay, when he was under condition like that, I went to him. I went there. I protect friends. When I say protect friends, I protect friends on the basis of what I know about you. I'm not saying people cannot commit crimes. Don't get me wrong. But when I know my friend, and I don't run away. Sam Jackson is my friend. I'm not going to run away from that. Yeah.
Thanks a lot for talking to us. Thanks a lot for talking to us. All right, so we see the forensic team coming out. The forensic team are now going at the back of Mr. Jackson's residence, and we are looking forward to seeing what's happening here. Okay, the forensic team is still here. All right, so the team is here. Carry on their investigation. They have access to Mr. Jackson's home, doing photographs, and I see the tools and different equipment is being used for this process. And so this is where we are. They are visiting as well the back of the premises here, and visiting other parts of the home, making sure that they establish the facts, circumstances surrounding the death of Mrs. Tonya Jackson. So this is where we are. Thanks for joining us. And of course, this is exactly the situation here. The forensic team is in there making sure they do all necessary investigation and later inform the public relative to this situation. The process going on now could determine as to what happens next. So this is the situation here. The team in there, and of course, Mr. Jackson himself assisting the team here with the investigation. And we just spoke briefly with Honorable Moses Akaros Gray. He's been talking about the issue at hand. Honorable Gray said he had earlier advised Mr. Sam Jackson to cooperate with the police because he thinks that's how it should be. And even while this is going on, the folks are still here collecting data, collecting the necessary pieces of information here that could be used for this entire process. So an autopsy is expected to be conducted tomorrow as well on the remains of Mrs. Jackson. And this is the situation. Thanks for joining us. Spoon TV, we are here live at the residence of Mr. Samuel Jackson in Youngstown in Old Road, where an execution of the search and seizure warrant is now ongoing. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, folks. This is the situation here. The forensic team has accessed the entire house. Initially, a lot of people had thought that the room would have just been the center of the point of concentration. Let's get done. So initially, a lot of people had thought that it's just going to be okay. All right, so this is where we are. So Mr. Jackson was not taken to South Beach. He is not in jail. He is rather here at his home, where the forensic team is carrying on this investigation. All right. So thanks again for joining us. Investigation continues, and we are still here posted at Mr. Jackson's residence, and of course, this is where we are. Yeah. So thanks for joining us, folks. So we are going to concentrate at the very entrance of Mr. Jackson's residence as we just show you the happenings here at the moment.
legislators or else we are still here listening live on the resident of Mr. Samuel Jackson.
Lagi ngi ma fa ni mo 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 ba mi no ma sa ni mo mo sa mo ngai tu ba ba ko ka ngai tu an mo dia kan lagi dia kan dia ko ko lagi tu ba jo an dia ko ma ko ni me carry Rambo where the Rambo man you know your
Let's enjoy.
make it sweet I think we be on set I make it sweet I get ba having ma opa ma bo
mensagem go down audio.
Amém.
Não é um lugar.
Não tinha que ter, né? Anja cha di macam ni ni ka. Everybody doing a well. I ain't even doing myself. But you give my food, I give my food to you. You chat on power. Now we to be power in the thing ka. I am for my food. I think you will be on a set for long. I can do it.
Samuel Jackson brought the Samuel Jackson actually
I mean, I don't get to you. Don't remember, I don't know already. Near about my quality. This is boy. So let me meet. I just follow that out. I don't know whatever. I want to call it. Give me the answer. Just wait.
looking for now
You are going to
a search. The Seizure Warrant is basically for the last trying as much as possible to have access to the facility so as to follow Mr. Jackson is being investigated for several suspicions. This is where investigation for the foul play.
Yes or no?
All right, so let me go through some of your comments coming through the live field here this afternoon. I see Jew Major said, it says only security and the press should be at the house because it's a crime scene. And I see different engagements coming through the live feed as well. So let's see if we bring more of your engagements. I'm getting a feedback here from Estella Bidel. It says, Nelson, we're not hearing you. We're only hearing noise. We've made adjustment to the audio already. I think it's good now. And so I want to say thank you for that feedback. Um, um, that's Mihar Bridget says, is a white family, I think she meant in the know about this. That's something we're yet to establish. But what we do know is that the South African embassy has gotten fully involved with this situation. You see, I see Mercy Pana says, let that uh, Pape say the truth the same way he confesses on a live video yesterday. Thanks for your concerns, your views being expressed in the comment section. We appreciate you as well. And Emmanuel Bro says, I can see a lot of missteps in the investigative process. First thing first, the police should have done this ongoing forensic investigation before Mr. Jackson's I think left for the headquarters of the Liberia National Police for further investigation. That's what Emmanuel Bro thinks. And I see a lot of you. James Talon says they're done with all the pieces of evidence. Well, James, I can't speak to that for now because as we speak, the process is still ongoing. So they've obviously not gotten all of the information that they need as the process is still going on. This is Spoon TV. Thanks for joining us. Quincy Elliott is wishing Mr. Jackson well as well. And yes, that's it. So keep it coming. And keep following Spoon TV as we bring you all of the updates here live at the residence of Mr. Samuel Jackson. Keep following Spoon TV as we will keep bringing you up to speed with all of the happenings here. So the forensic team have been here now for close to an hour, or a little over an hour, and